Historically, there was always this access, edge, and core, which separated either carrier networks, public cloud, or enterprises. And where we are heading with technologies like 5G and IoT and edge and AI is that markets are coming together in a unified manner. Essentially, you have compute and storage at your fingertips with latencies less than 20 milliseconds. And when that happens, a new era of applications emerge, which are very close to a user or an enterprise. It's just like thinking of a cloud right at your fingertips. And that's what edge computing is all about. And we are really excited to enable the edge as a unified layer across cloud, telecom, enterprise, and the IoT markets. It is extremely important that we talk about the taxonomy for edge. And here at LF Edge, we have a project called State of the Edge that has worked in the community and created a very simple terminology that everybody agrees. Historically, people have been calling thin edge, thick edge, cloud edge, this edge, far edge, near edge, right? It's all relative. And what you really need is terms that are well understood and make sense. And so what we have come up with at State of the Edge under LF Edge are types of edges. The first one, the macro level being user edge and service provider edge. One is dedicated and operated. The other one is shared as a service. And the last mile separates the two. If you look at user edge, you have constrained devices, so things like microcontrollers. You have device edge, gateways, etc., and then on-prem data center type things. And then across the last mile, you have either a base station or a smart central office, which is mostly the service provider edge. So definition is the first step, and we are proud to have it nailed. Here at LF Edge, which is an umbrella under the Linux Foundation, we host 8 projects under the LF Edge, and they all solve specific use cases for specific markets in an open manner. And if you look at the areas that they solve it, remember we talked about the user edge and the service provider edge. There are projects in user edge and there are projects in service provider edge. Let me start off with 2 of the stage 3 projects, which are the most mature. Acrano being an end-to-end blueprint-based project, which really solves declarative configurations and real-world use cases as a complete test solution. And things like connected cars, AR, VR, virtual classroom, network cloud, etc. Many 20 plus blueprints. And these blueprints are ready for use. And that's what's going to foster the edge market very, very quickly. So that's Acrano. For IoT frameworks, we have a project called EdgeX Foundry, which is one of the mature projects, one of the earliest one, I should say. And that project is really focused on creating a simple framework which is agnostic to the messaging protocols and the types of interfaces and things like that for lifecycle management. Beyond that, we have projects which are in stage 2, things like Fledge. This is an IoT type constrained environment project, lifecycle management. You got Home Edge. You have Edge Virtualization Engine, which is really on-prem edge, plus Open Horizon, Badel, secure device onboarding. You can go to the wiki to find out more details about these projects. But fundamentally, LF Edge projects, these open source projects, allow you to unify the markets across telecom, cloud, enterprise, and IoT from an edge perspective. In September, we did a survey of the developer community that's working on edge. And the results were fascinating. The first question was, why are you working on edge from an open perspective? And the answer would have come back and said, hey, it's cheaper, it's cost effective. But no, the most important reason why people are working on open source at the edge is to create the market, to accelerate the adoption, and for collaboration. And majority of them said almost 85% said they have gained tremendous insight from an end user perspective. So at LF Edge, we are bringing end users, vendors, system integrators, and developers all together to work on solutions that matter.